Welcome to the Share Your Rice podcast, where every person has an untold story to tell. I'm Katie.
I'm Bree. Join us as we explore the inspiring stories of individuals from all walks of life, uncovering the challenges they've overcome and the victories they've achieved.
Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and empowered to share your own rice. Okay, so now you're joining us on our debrief of Peter Stockdale.
Mr. Peter Stockdale, Renaissance man.
Renaissance man, absolutely. And that's where we kind of want to, talk about everything that he gave to our audience. He gave insight to you and I, and gave insight to himself that was sitting here a couple weeks back.
Absolutely.
So where should we start, Bree, with Peter Stockdale?
Peter, so it was good to see him come out of his shell. Like, he's been helping us with our lighting and our podcast and our camera equipment, and very businesslike, very professional from, between, our Zoom meetings and emails to meeting him in the studio when we did our first recording. And so it was really cool to see him kind of open up and talk more about himself, because he's always been pretty conservative up until he sat on our couch.
Yeah.
And had a chance to open up about himself. So that was the first thing I noticed, really, that I was like intrigued about, was that he just was ready. He opened up completely. Yeah. So that was cool.
So I kind of want to go back, because in a way, like, I remember driving up to Spin Market, right? Fort Dodge, in the middle of the winter storm.
Right.
And we had met Peter through Spin Market, because he is kind of the podcast.
Does he do their accounting too? Still,
yeah, he does. He's a Renaissance man.
Yeah,
does a little bit of every layers.
He likes the math.
Layers. He's an onion. Does a little bit of everything. And I just remember, like, as we were going through the process there in Spin Market Studio, listening to him, and to be honest, and love you, Peter, because I know hopefully you're listening. But
he says he will.
He says he will, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
But he kind of started off rough, because I always come with the questions, as in, like, well, what about this and what about that, and are you sure about that and this? And he's like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay. And then as we're going through it and we're like getting to know each other, because that was our first in-person interaction, was there at Fort Dodge, which was a great call. I'm so glad we went up there to Fort Dodge.
Yeah, we learned a lot. Yeah. We learned a lot of what works really well and what we need to remember to do.
Yeah. And
sustaining ourselves is important.
It's important. And we got to talk to the people that we hired.
Yes.
In person.
In real life.
Because those of you that don't know, from a Johnston to a Fort Dodge in Iowa, that is about...
I'd say 90 miles, but it was also in a snowstorm. We were trying to beat the snow.
Well, 90 miles in a snowstorm. And I'll tell you, those European friends of mine, 90 miles is like... Well, we had to put it in, different...
kilometers.
In kilometers, which makes it more. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, like, you don't do that.
So it's like 120-ish
You don't
kilometers.
Do it. Like, that's a whole fucking trip. Like, that's a whole fucking weekend thing. And we did that in a day. And
24 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you don't do that in normal places.
After a full day of work.
Yeah. I mean, in Iowa, like, in the United States, we do shit like that. Like, we'll get in a car and we'll drive, like, 8 hours to a destination. Like, I'm telling you, the majority...
They don't do that in Europe?
No.
I figured it was more common in Europe, just because there's so many little countries right next to each other. They don't do that.
No.
Okay.
Your best friend can be right next to the next country next to you, and you still don't see them for the 6 months to a year. Like, it is...
For some reason, that country boundary is just, like, hardcore.
God, man. I mean, and it's crazy, because if you think, you're here in the United States, you think, like, I'll just go. But I'm telling you, living there for years and having friends all over in different countries, like,
it's not something they do.
You think it's really easy to just get on a flight and go to Italy when you're in Spain, and in theory it is, but it's not so practical.
Well, even people in Europe, even though Europe sounds like this fantasy land, they have real lives too. They have to have work and...
Well, that's it. I mean,
shit.
Unless you're on a permanent fucking vacation and you have an endless wallet...
Right.
You're bound to terms, and it's like, so it's really not like that. And if you think about it, think about like your friends back in Montana, that you want to go see, or I have friends in Colorado,
right?
You know what I mean? And
I haven't been back to Montana for 6 or 7 years.
I got my best friend,
Yeah.
there in Colorado, and I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's actually very similar. But anyways, so Fort Dodge, we do the trip, and then as we're like, I'm learning with Peter and I'm seeing his like deal, I was like, dude, we need to use this guy because he has a great passion.
Yes.
He has a great passion for what he's doing.
He loves talking about his work. That's what, yeah.
And he has this great radio voice
Oh
where he's
my
like,
gosh. It's so true.
I don't even know. I can't.
Well, shout out to Peter.
Shout out to Peter
For doing our outro.
Hi, this is, and for those of you that want to join in, Elevata, go to www.elevataworldwide.com.
Yeah.
It's his voice.
Yes, his voice is in our outro, so.
On our outro.
Outro.
And we're not saying ocho, we're saying outro.
Outro.
And he's there at the end. And I was like, yeah, we got to use his voice. And then, by the way, let's just like throw him on the podcast. And you're right. So all this talk is coming to your point about we had him here on the couch and he opened up.
Yeah. It was great.
It was great.
It was awesome to hear about his life story and being an Iowa boy in Humboldt. He grew up on the farm.
Go figure.
We gotta love those farm kids.
We're from
around
Iowa.
Here.
I mean, I'm more of a city slicker than I guess like, where you come from.
Well, yeah, I didn't grow up on a farm, but I grew up out in the country, like around all the farm kids. So,
Yeah.
But apparently, if you grew up in Iowa, there's a 90%, according to our podcast guests,
So
there's
far,
a 90%.
Anyway, so Peter, farm boy, yep, and hard working ethic.
Hard worker from the get-go. Really looked up to his sister. He had lots of great things to say about his older sister and how he became an autodidact. He was an autodidactic, watching her learning from everything she did so well.
I love that you're using this complicated long word.
Yeah.
Autodidactic.
So an autodidactic is someone that is self-taught.
Ooh.
They learn things on their own. So it sounds to me like he watched her. He was an observer and he just watched her growing up and kind of picked up on all the things she was doing by observing her.
I love it.
And doing it himself. Yeah.
Wow. An autodidactic.
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 When you say words, do you see the letters in your brain?
I probably should, but I think I'm.
Well, I mean, everybody visualizes something different.
Well, yeah, I think I'm seeing pictures.
You see pictures. I see the words. Like when I see a word and I'm saying it, I can see the letters forming.
I think that's like if we go back to Ted's and like when he was saying gift, I was seeing that word as a picture. Mm-hmm. That's why it was hard for me to digest it because I'm like, a gift? I don't have a gift.
So you saw the word. See,
I saw pictures with it.
Like a present, like a gift wrapped under the tree. Is that what you were picturing?
No, I was seeing myself, a young little girl lost with the word gift.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Yeah.
I will forever and always now picture Ted's fist. The gift.
Well, not only that, but Ted also did one of these where he was like, it changes. It evolves. It's constantly evolving.
Yes.
It's not something that's concrete.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what, I can totally drive with that. So back to Peter Boy. So, so one of his things that I loved is, number one, I think a lot of males can relate to this, is with his story. It took him a really long time, Peter's words, to kind of figure out what he was doing with his life. Yeah. Or what he wanted to do. He did all sorts of different odd jobs growing up, which I think, and we talked a little bit about just boys and young men, that mentality of sometimes they are off and running. Yeah.
And sometimes it takes them some time, right?
Yeah.
And so he got to explore all these different jobs, right? To kind of help him develop his skills.
Yeah. And he wasn't sure what he wanted to do, and he kind of went back and forth with it. And then it was like, in the end, and I think this is what I take away the most, is he loves helping people.
Yes.
It was like he stumbled along the way.
Yes.
In his development that, it's just for me, I get a high out of helping people. Mm-hmm. And I'm good just doing that.
Well, and he explained that he got into podcasting because what he wanted to do was he saw these amazing bands and nobody was talking about them. And so he wanted to help just like give them exposure. And that's how he got into it. So helping them was how he got into it.
Yeah, that's true. And then the fact he also had mentioned about the radio, he when he saw the bands and he wanted to talk about them and he would try to get them on radio and they wouldn't listen, then he tried to get into radio and they said, well, you don't have any background in radio, so you can't get on radio.
Right.
So then he was like, okay, fine, then I'll do my own podcast with
screw you, man, I can do it.
Screw me. Yeah, I can freaking do it.
Yeah.
And he got a phone and I don't know, did he have he didn't start with headphones.
Yeah, he started off kind of slow and just troubleshoot. He didn't have, the chat GPT and all of the technology that we've been able to use to figure it all out. He just kind of like trial and error. Basically, he said he figured it out over time.
Yeah.
But he was also a musician, so he was already kind of
equipment oriented.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So he had at least had that experience. But again, he just trial and error.
God, and I mean, I'm telling you, Bree, us learning this curve, it's like, it's true. Like you need to have some equipment background. You don't have to, because you can learn anything, which is also what Peter said.
It is. That is true. That is something he talked about too. Anybody can learn anything.
Anybody can learn anything. So he would say, if he can play guitar, I can play guitar.
Exactly.
If he can do algebra, I can do algebra. Remember?
Totally.
And I love that because I was like, yeah, you're right, man. Like it's just like if any human can do it, any human can do it.
Absolutely.
Period.
You just have to have the drive and the passion to do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the follow through. And okay, that's a lot to say sometimes with a lot of people, including myself, is the damn follow through. Mm-hmm. But the point of the matter is, if you really want to do it, you can do it. Just put your mind to it.
Absolutely. I think another thing that he really mentioned was his kind of message or mantra was, it's all about failing forward.
Yes.
Kind of mentioned that a little bit, and about, you take the chance, and if you fail, you just know that is you're one step closer to what your goal is.
Right.
So failing is okay. It's okay to fail because you're still changing and growing even when you're failing. So don't be afraid to fail.
Elevata, a word rooted in Latin meaning elevated or uplifted. At Elevata Worldwide, we are a global lifestyle brand dedicated to empowering people by honoring their journey, sharing transformative stories, and inspiring meaningful conversations that ignite growth and compassion. Our vision is a world where every person feels seen, heard, and empowered. We stand for authenticity, inclusivity, and courage, built on 5 pillars: empowerment and education, community and connection, authenticity and representation, wellness and self-care, and sustainability and impact. Meet the founders. Katie is a vibrant and passionate leader whose diverse international journey has shaped her into a strong, purposeful woman. She inspires others to live boldly, authentically, and with compassion. Bree is a life coach, creator, and mentor who believes every person carries a rise within them. Her coaching blends mindset mastery, identity expansion, and grounded strategy to help you step into your highest, most elevated self. Together, they offer powerful marketing and advertising packages. Choose from our starter package with social media features and newsletter highlights, our premium package with a full podcast appearance and social media distribution, our platinum package combining podcasts with a full partnership strategy, or our custom package tailored to your specific goals. For personal and professional growth, explore our coaching packages. The standard package includes a 60-minute session with follow-up support. The premium package adds ongoing video calls and continuous accountability. And the VIP package provides monthly sessions, priority support, and long-term mentorship. Around here, we don't just grow, we rise boldly, publicly, unapologetically. Ready to share your rise? Click the link below to learn more or schedule a consultation. We can't wait to help you rise.
Okay, I'm not going to lie because it has come to mind a few times and it just came to mind again when you said Peter's mantra, failing forward. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the movie with Goldie Hawn? No, Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
And she's in the gold dress and Matthew McConaughey's in it.
I know the movie. I don't remember the name of it.
And she's leaning back. Because every time he said failing forward, I always thought of this movie, and maybe our viewers out there would know what the movie is and they can put it in chat. But it's like God, it was so similar. And it was kind of like it was like a dating thing. Damn it, you can't remember it all?
No, sorry. I'm not good with movies.
So anyways, the failing forward was kind of similar like this in the movie, as in like you have to fail in order to move forward.
Yes. You have to.
And I think that was a little bit what Ted was talking about.
Yeah.
Too today.
Well, that's part of the journey, right?
Yeah.
To discover your gift mix is part of that is just being open to failing. You have to. Like, we all fail, but whether or not you're gonna learn from that or you're gonna give up, that's where the difference lies.
Right. Right. And so for those of us out there that think, I'm weak, I can't, I fail every time,
Just give up.
and I just give up. What's the words of advice there? Like, how do you change that innate behavior then?
Well,
like, that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's super hard. And I don't think there's an answer to that. Like, right? Everybody has the ability to move forward. It's just a matter of gumption. It's a matter of seeing that you can get out of it. And sometimes you don't know until you're forced to have to fucking go through something hard. And once you get through that fucking hard thing, then you can see from the other side, you can say, oh, okay, I didn't fail. I was able to get through that. And if I can get through that, I can get through the next thing.
So I guess that, like, this is the question. How do you get through the hard shit? Because sometimes, like, we're sitting here scrolling on our phone. We're constantly looking at our phone, and we're constantly like, fuck, I should get up. It's a beautiful day. I should go for that walk, you know? Like, that was me yesterday.
But you know what? Sometimes that's just your body and your mind telling you that you need a break.
But the people in your life, the friends, the family, the people that say that, like, all of a sudden they come in your space and they give you an opportunity to get up.
Yes.
Take it.
Absolutely.
Just as simple as that.
Yes.
I'm just making it really simple, because it's like, that is how I believe in what we're talking about when it comes back to Peter with the mundane things, right? Peter was talking about the mundane things, like, wake up, make your bed. Wake up, pay that fucking water bill.
Just get it done.
Just get it done, and you're going to feel so fucking accomplished.
Yeah.
And instead of, like, letting the shit hover around your head
And thinking about it all the time.
and
Get it out of your brain.
And maybe you have, like, a whole life of bullshit on you, but at the same time, like, just making these little things, like, you know what? Fuck all that heavy bullshit. I'm going to do what I'm in control of, right?
Yes.
What are you in control of? I'm in control of getting up, making my bed. Ultimately, you're in control of your mood. But I hate when people say you're in control of your mood, because then it's like, well, what the fuck can I do about it? Because I'm in a shitty mood.
I think that you're not necessarily in control of your mood. Like, moods come and go, right? Emotions come and go. But you're in control with how you react or what you do with your emotions if something triggers you. So that's what you have control over. But I like that, though. Like, I think that's important to remember. Like, you can only make a difference with the things that you have control over. So focus on when you get into that place where you're in a funk, or you can't get out of bed, or you, like, the world is heavy and it's overwhelming. You go back to what you have control over. What do I have control over? Well, I have control over my outlook on this whole situation. So what can I do to make myself feel better with the things I have control over? Yeah.
And I just like to that point, it's like, I just want to, like, home in on, sometimes it's not as easy as I just need to change my mindset. I just need to be positive.
No, it's not.
Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so much deeper than that. And it's like, you have to kind of start from, I mean, honestly, like, I guess going back to Peter's podcast is like, his interview is like, you just have to sometimes go to the basics and just be like, okay, I can't pay the $80,000 medical bill, which I just met with a family the other day. That's why they got denied.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what I can do is pay for the roof over my head.
Yep.
I can pay for basics for me to eat, and I can pay for the water and the heat for me to live and my family. And that I can control that. That's going to help my mood. And then, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my bed and just get my laundry fucking done.
Yep.
I'm going to wash it, dry it, and even fold it
It's
and put it
amazing
away.
what a clean kitchen at the end of the day can do. Even if you're exhausted and you get your kitchen clean, you wake up the next morning and there's no shit everywhere.
Yeah.
That alone. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that was the thing. Like, I was raised poor and like we didn't have a lot of shit, but it took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because my mom just kept a clean house. My dad kept a clean house. They taught me chores. And like, I was around like just clean and shit somewhat looking together. It took me a while to realize we were poor.
Because your parents took care of what they had. And they taught you to do the same.
They bought cleaner.
Yeah.
And they cleaned what they had. And it was like, that meant the smell of Pine Sol will take you a long way.
Oh, yeah. That takes you back, doesn't it? Absolutely.
It will take you a long way. It's just like, oh my God, like
my house is clean.
My house is clean.
Yeah.
And it may have holes and it may not be perfect and I got a tin roof, but you know what? It's fucking clean. That's
Amen, sister.
That's my point.
Absolutely.
That's my point.
Yep.
Is like, that was what I gathered from Peter. Because it was...
Do the mundane things.
Do the mundane things.
Yeah.
And like, that's what's going to fulfill you as a person. Because when we asked him, what is his biggest takeaway? What's his legacy? What did he say?
Do the mundane... Well, he said, do the mundane things. You're putting me on the spot here. You did that on purpose.
I just wanted to take a drink of wine.
That's important too.
Yeah.
That's something you had control over. So
yeah,
you did
exactly.
that. His message was that anybody can do anything. Get the small shit done so you don't have to be thinking about it all the time. Just take care of the little things. Take care of the little things.
And when you fail at doing those little things, it's okay.
Move on.
Because you're going forward no matter what in your failure. And I don't know about you, but that's one of the things I have found out is I circle a lot of times. Like I'll go around and around in my things. Sometimes I'm really on top of shit and I'm on a good vibe.
Yep.
And
totally.
Other times I go backwards.
Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, totally. It just depends on all the crap going on in your life outside of what you do have control over, right? Like we all have that stuff. So I think what I'm hearing, what Peter was saying is focus on the things you have control over.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is those little mundane things. And when those are taken care of, then you can get that out of that mental checklist in your head and you can focus on the things that matter.
Right. All right. I love it. So anything else to conclude on Peter? We want to put a shout out. He's on our webpage. He has his own podcast.
Oh, and Peter is just, he's such a good teacher too. Like he's just helped us feel confident and grown confidence. He's just been there for us. So yes, please check him out. Check out Audible Farm. And we would love to have Peter back in our studio.
Yeah, we want to have Peter back for sure. I do want to, because I'm thinking about it, is how he supports his musicians and his community.
Yes, I love that.
That's huge. We want to support, future talent, small businesses, anything out there.
That, yes.
And the fact that he's doing that is amazing. So
yes.
Yeah, Peter.
Thanks for your insight, Peter.
Thank you for your insight. Thank you for helping us set up here. You're a mentor. You are a helper here, and you have made a difference.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Thanks, Peter. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Share Your Rise podcast.
We hope you're leaving inspired and empowered to share your own journey.
Until next time, keep rising, keep thriving, and remember, your story matters.
This podcast is produced by Elevata Worldwide. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. Be sure to head to elevataworldwide.com for more great content.